Hari Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Om Sri Chaitanya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om. We are trying to be at the first sutra, Athato Brahma Jidnyasa, Ataha Brahma Jidnyasa of Brahma Sutra Bhashya by Adi Shankaracharya. The whole study of Brahma Sutra is to know the nature of the Brahman or the Brahma, which appears to be the nature of everything that is there in the universe, including ourselves. So, in other words, as a corollary, we are trying to study who am I? What is my nature? This presupposes certain things, logically speaking. A modern person who is not well versed with Veda Vidya would come and ask, maybe our children themselves, or maybe our brothers, they can come and ask us a question that who told you that there is something called Brahman other than you yourself and the world? Why are you getting into the inquiry of the true nature of yours? Because moment you say you want to know your true nature, you accept that you are a false nature. This body is false. This universe is false. This transaction and the vyavahar is false. A common man, and why common? Even we will say that why make everything that is so real, so experienceable, so absolutely to the bone experience, completely abrogated just because somebody is saying something in the books which I don't understand? A very logical question. Why the hell you feel that you are not the reality? Your body, your eyes, you're seeing, you are enjoying the world, you're crying in the world. Why this is not real? What makes you think that this is unreal? This is a very fundamental question. And we must have some reason to study a thing. Tomorrow you may have any figment of imagination and you will start studying about it. For example, somebody tells you that on the planet called Mars, there is a plant. If you take one leaf of that plant, you will never die. Now, this is a thought. Why you should believe in it? There has to be some reason. Then only you will go and study and how to reach there and how can I get that leaf, etc. All that will come into picture, provided is it a figment of imagination or is it a reality? That means sandeha has to be there, otherwise there is no point in having jidnyasa. The point that we are trying to now reach is, why Brahma Jidnyasa? Jidnyasa is possible only when there is a doubt or a sandeha. Is it early morning, the sun has risen or not? Is a sandeha. Then you go out and see and say, no, the sun is yet to come up. It is just Ushakala. The very reason why you went to investigate is because you had some doubt. So unless a doubt is there is no jidnyasa. That means there are three types of things in the world. We are trying to think logically as to why Brahma Sutra should be studied at all. One is, you know a subject, so there is no jidnyasa about it. For example, my finger. I have no jidnyasa about my finger because I know it. I can touch it, feel it, see it. So there is no jidnyasa here. Another is a man called Robert in a city in a country called Peru. In the capital of Peru, Seoul, there is a person called Robert. I am completely unaware of it. The person is existing that I am not only aware. So there is no question of any doubt in my mind. A complete unknown will never raise an alarm in the mind. So a complete unknown, anabhidnya, adnyata, will not create sandeha, doubt. Complete known will not create doubt. Do you have any doubt about the world? We don't have doubt about the world because we perceive it, we experience it. So a completely known thing, there is no doubt. And known means you think you know it. Whether your knowing is right or not, that is a different question. But a completely known thing will not create a doubt in the mind. That is the reason why so many people in the world are there other than us. Even in India, even amongst the Hindus, only some odd 11, 15 people early in the morning are trying to find out, is this world real or not? How many people are studying Brahma Sutra Bhashya right now? Very few. Why? They think they know what the world is. Their knowing may not be correct. So there is no sandeha in their mind. In our mind, we have sandeha, doubt. They say Brahma is the nature, real nature, not the body. So we are trying to study it. That means we have sandeha. So either a thing completely unknown or a thing completely known can have sandeha or doubt in the mind. And when doubt is there, there is a requirement of probing the doubt called jidnyasa. We must remember mimamsa is different than the jidnyasa. Mimamsa is logical or thinking with reasoning. You dissect it with the help of your intellect when you try to dissect a thing. So the jidnyasa leads to mimamsa. We are studying right now Uttara Mimamsa. That means we are trying to study the thinking done by our elder rishis for the sake of the jidnyasa, doubt, which led to the probing of what is the reality. So that is why when it comes to the third word of the first Sutra, it says athato, thereafter, this ataha, thereafter. We saw what thereafter means. After sadhan chatushta, this, that is hetu, Brahma Jidnyasa. Now the word Brahma Jidnyasa is coming. First thing to know is it the Jidnyasa of Brahma or Brahmasya Jidnyasa? Now, let me clarify it further. Brahma Jidnyasa is a Shashti Vibhakti in Sanskrit. Shashti is Sambandha Karak. That means when you want to have A and B are related to each other, you use the Shashti. For example, Dasharathasya putraha Ramaha. Dasharatha's son is Rama. There is a sambandha between Dasharatha and Rama because Rama is Dasharathi. So sambandha. Now Brahma Jidnyasa word is a Shashti between Brahma and Jidnyasa. If Brahma and Jidnyasa are related to each other through Shashti, then the meaning will be Dasharathasya son is Rama, Brahmasya Jidnyasa. That means Brahma and its Jidnyasa. If we say that, that means Dasharatha and Ram are different. That is why we say Dasharathasya putraha. Dasharath and Ram are not one. They are different. So there is a sambandha. So does that mean me and the Brahma are different? The one who is doing Jidnyasa and the Brahma, are they different? See the beauty of Sanskrit. Why this language is called divine. A small verbal mistake also can create chaos in the philosophy. If you say Brahma Jidnyasa through Shashti like Dasharathasya putraha, that means Jidnyasa of Brahma is different and I am the one who is doing Jidnyasu. One who is doing the Jidnyasa is different. And if that is different, then Sarva Vapya Vibhuhu Brahma Satyam Anantam, all that will get affected because one who is doing Jidnyasa of the Brahma has to be the part of the Brahma. If he is part of the Brahma, then how Shashti can be used? I hope it is clear now. If Shashti is Sambandha Karak, if it is establishing the relationship between two, then the one who is trying to do Brahma Jidnyasa and Brahma, they appear to be two different things. And if they are two different things, that means Brahma is not only one that is existing. It affects the statement. Purva Paksha, the people who object, are always ready with their guns on this. That is why we require Bhashyam, because Badarayan Rishi has written Athato Brahma Jidnyasa and he left. Because he was a Vyasa, he wrote it in Sutra form and he left. Shankaracharya came and explained it to us that this is not a Sambandha Karaka or Sambandha Bodhaka Shashti, but it is Shesha Shashti or Karma Bodhaka Shashti. Now this is one sub-variant of Shashti Vibhakti in Sanskrit. What does this Shesha Shashti means? Shesha Shashti means it does not indicate sambandham between the two, but it treats the other part as karma. Karma bodhaka. That means Brahma Jidnyasa means Jidnyasa for the Brahma, not of the Brahma. Of the Brahma, then the sambandham comes. For the Brahma, there is no sambandham. So that is how, first of all, Brahma Jidnyasa through Vyakarana or Vaiyakarana is clarified. The Vedangas are also to be studied. Upaveda and Vedangas are studied before studying the Veda. So Shiksha, Kalpa, Vyakarana, Nirukta, Jyotisha has to be studied before taking Veda in hand. So Vyakarana study, why it is critical is for this reason. So Brahmano Jidnyasa, Brahma Jidnyasa. Then Jnatum Ichha Jidnyasa. Jidnyasa means desire to know. Jidnyasa means desire to know. Especially the sapratyaya, jidnyasa. Sapratyaya indicates desire. That means to know Brahma is a desire. And every desire has to have phalam. So is Brahma a phalaprapti? Because our Siddhanta in karma says any desire which leads to karma must have a phalam. Desire, karma, phalam. This is the sequence. Jidnyasa is a desire to know. Desire to know Brahma, and suppose it leads to Brahma Jnanam. That means Brahma is a phala prapti. Phala prapti means Brahma is karma prapta. It is not so. These are minor, subtler nuances that one needs to study. Why it is that? If the desire has to have the phalam, then what is the phalam of jidnyasa? They say phalam of the jidnyasa is jnana, not Brahma. Brahma jidnyasa, desire to know Brahma, leads to the phalam called jnana. Then what about Brahma? Brahma is always pre-existing. You just come to know about it. Meaning what? An analogy or drushtanta will help. An example will help us to understand. There is an object lying in the darkness. Now you want to see the object. Is the object coming from outside? No, it is lying there only in the darkness. You are not able to see it, but it is existing. Right? You have not seen it. You have not experienced it through your eyesight, but it is existing in the darkness. So what do? You go and find the switch for the light. So you wanted to know the object lying in the darkness. So you had the desire to know the object, for which you switched on the light. Now what happened? Because of your desire, karma happened. Karma was of switching on the light. What is the phalam of that? The light came. That is the phalam. And then what happened? In that light, you saw the already existing lying object of that in that darkness now became enlightened. In the similar manner, when we do Brahma Jidnyasa, that Jidnyasa or thought process leads to the phalam called Jnana, and Jnana then helps us to realize the Brahma. Does a Jnana produces the Brahma? No, it was already existing. It is called Prapta Prapti. That which is attained again. Brahman is nothing else but me, because everything is Brahma. So if everything is Brahma, how it can be away from me? It has to be within me, around me, above me, below me. Ava Paschatat, Ava Purastat, Ava Uttaratat, Ava Dakshinatat, Ava Chordhvatat. Everywhere he has to be there. I am not able to see it, but I want to see because I have a desire to see, jidnyasa, for which I make use of jnana through vichara. Jidnyasa is vichara. After Brahmano Jidnyasa, I get the jnana, and that jnana makes me available the Brahma which was already within me, but I have not had any glimpse of it so far. That is how Brahma Sakshatkar happens. Brahma Sakshatkar is not the phalam at all. Brahma Sakshatkar can never be the phalam. Because if it is phala prapya, then it will become karma dhishtitha. It is beyond the karma. Yes, the karma of switching on the light will help you in identifying the Brahma. Yes, agreed. The karma yoga may help you in doing the chitta shuddhi, which then helps in getting the jnanam. Agreed. But switch on the light is not the reason for seeing the Brahma. Switch and light is a medium to ascertain the Brahma. The time when Brahma is ascertained in the light of Jnana, that is the time also equally, immediately it is ascertained that Jnana itself is light, Brahma. Now comes the question. In the Bhashya, Acharya takes a further point. All right, Brahma Jidnyasa, Brahmano Jidnyasa, Brahma Jidnyasa, we understood it. There is a curiosity, there is a desire to know. The desire to know is because of Karma Bodhaka Shashti, not Sambandha Bodhaka Shashti, understood. So you are having desire to know Brahma. That itself is basically to know the nature of Brahma. The desire to know the Brahma leads to the phalam called Jnanam, in whose basking light we realize the Brahma. Up to this point, it is all right. Now the question comes, we all know the word Brahma. And we all know the statement also that everything is Brahma. Tata punaha, now the Purva Paksha, Acharya Shankaracharya is putting the Purva Paksha now. Tata punaha Brahma prasiddham aprasiddham vasyat. The Brahma that you are talking about, it is prasiddha or aprasiddha, already known or unknown. Yadi prasiddham na jidnyasitavyam. If you already know it, where is the question of jidnyasa? Because you read just now in the Vedas that Brahman is everything. Why jidnyasa then? You already know it. If you know a thing, why will you have a doubt about it? Why you want to know? Why you want to know a known thing? Or atha aprasiddham na eva shakyam jidnyasitum iti. And if it is not known, you will never know it, because unknown thing is never known. In the beginning, I said either the thing is known or the thing is unknown. If it is known, there is no jidnyasa required. If it is unknown, you cannot have jidnyasa because you don't know it only. What is the situation of Brahma? Is it unknown or is it known? See the logic, perfect logic behind the question of Purva Paksha. Perfectly logical. Do you know Brahma or you don't know? I don't know. If you don't know, you will never come to know it. Unknown thing can never be known. No, I know it. If you know it, then why you want to do jidnyasa? You already know it. The answer given, Uttar Paksha, Siddhanta Paksha by Acharya is, Sarve hi na atma astitva prasiddhi syat. Sarvo lokaha na naham asti iti pratiyat atma cha brahma. Acharya says, ask anybody in this world, do you have any doubt about your existence? Ask a question to yourself. Do I exist or not? Do you have any doubt about it? Na ayam asti. I am not existing. Does anyone feel this? Never. I am existing is the feeling everybody has. From where this feeling came? The fact that I know that I exist is a very important fact in life. In sleep, you have no idea that you exist. In sleep, I exist, idea is not there. In samadhi, I only exist is the idea. And in Jagrut and Purusha Avastha, in the Jiva Avastha, I exist is the statement. When I exist is statement is there with everybody, that itself means if Atma or Brahma was not known to all, then everybody would have said, I am not. Do not exist. The fact that I say I exist itself presupposes that I know I am Brahma. I may not be naming it so much. Ask any Robert or John in America. He will say, yes, I am John, I exist. I am Robert, I exist. He may not say that I exist itself is the indication of Brahma. That he may not say. But the fact that he says, everyone says, and everyone feels, and everyone has no doubt, na aham asmi, I am not, is not a feeling with anyone. It itself means the feeling of I am Brahma is there. After listening to this counter argument, immediately the Purva Paksha again comes forward and asks a question. Yes, agreed what you say, but the question still remains. If the Brahma is known to us, as you say, I exist, that is what indicates the Brahma, then why do Jidnyasa? You already know it, khalas. What is the point in further discussing on it? I agree with what you say, that everyone feels I exist, and that itself is because of Brahma, because you are Brahma. Existence is the quality or a guna of Brahma. Brahma is qualityless. For our understanding, existence, Sat, is the part of Brahma. I also say I exist. That means my gunas are similar. That means there is something of Brahma in me. So I am Brahma. Indirectly, I have agreed by saying that I exist. Up to this point, it is fine. The question of Purva Paksha is, when you already know you exist and because of which you are Brahma, then why do Jidnyasa? See how the logic is getting developed. And then the Siddhanta Paksha or the Acharya says, Atma, though it is known to us, it is known in Samanya Rupa. Samanya Rupa means what? Sofa is existing, mountain is existing, I exist, wind exists, tree exists. I know the existence of different things. That is how I am in the Vyavahar world, Vyavaharik Vishwa. Existence nobody denies. The seed then exists in the form of tree, and the seed is then lost. Again, the tree gives the seed. So seed comes into existence. From the seed, tree comes into the existence of different things already known. But that is Samanya Swarupa. Samanya Swarupa means distinctively existence is not known to us. Distinctively means what? A person may come and ask a question, what do you mean by distinctively? This is my body, this is Dr. Jadhav, I exist. What is your problem? The statement is over. Why do you want to prove further? I told you this body which is of so much height, looking like this, etc., having eyes, ears, which animals may be having 4, I have 2 legs, etc. This is what is my existence. This is what is my existence, and this is my Vishesha Swarupa. For the animal, Vishesha Swarupa, 4 legs. For the tree, Vishesha Swarupa, branches and the leaves. What more you need? Samanya is existence. Tree exists, man exists, animal exists. Vishesha Swarupa, animal exists with 4 legs, man exists with 2 legs, tree exists with the branches and the leaves. Kalas. So Samanya and Vishesh both are told. That is precisely the point where, if we think deeply, the Shastra started becoming Vikasita. The development of darshanas, the development of philosophy starts from this point. Everyone, everywhere is existing. It's a Samanya Swarup of existence. Although everyone is existing everywhere, they are not existing in the same Nam and Roop, same shape. They are existing in variety, in diversities. This is their Vishesha Swarupa. The clay is existing as clay, right? Pot is existing as pot. Both have existence. Common existence is common to both. But clay is existing in a Vishesha Roop of clay. Pot is existing in the Vishesha Roop of pot. The philosophy should end here. It doesn't end. It starts there. And how it starts? Is it the spatial or distinctive roop of the existence, or it is further more than that? Is my sharir, or my 2 hands, legs, eyes, ears, is it my Vishesha Swarupa, or my Vishesha Swarupa is different than what I see? This requires thinking, which the Rishis and the Munis contemplated from a very simple standpoint. And standpoint was, what I see, is it a final thing, or is it something behind it? Like in physics, you see an iron rod. So everything exists, iron rod is existing. So it is a common swarup of existence, agreed. Vishesha Swarupa, iron rod. But the physicist will come and tell us, sorry, sir, I don't agree with you. It is not an iron rod. It is just a molecule called ferrous. Now what happened? What I could not see, a common man cannot see, the chemist came out with a conclusion that it is a ferrous molecule. But atomic physicist came and said that, sorry, sir, I don't agree with you. It's not a molecule of ferrous, etc. It is a typical arrangement of electron, proton, and neutrons in a particular number called atomic number and atomic weight. That's all it is, nothing more than that. The chemist is also defeated. What happened? Something beyond that was. So that is what is this Vishesha Swarupa of iron now? Vishesha Swarupa of iron is so much of atomic number and so much of atomic weight. Somebody came further and said that, but this atomic weight and this atomic number can change if it interacts with this. In that case, the iron will not remain iron, will become something different. Oh, that means that is also not the nature of iron. Then the quantum physicist came and said that, oh, it's all just the vibrations of different frequencies. The particles, subatomic particles vibrating at ultra-atomic frequencies is all that you see. What happened? Another Vishesha Rupa Darshan. Now, whom to believe? Because tomorrow, somebody else might come and say that, oh, no, those vibrations are also not the ultimate. Quite possible. If this can happen with an iron rod, then for Brahma as a tattva, because we are reaching ultimate reality, that means the probe has to continue till we reach a point where further probing is not possible. And this is what precisely happened with the study of nature of Brahma or Atma by the Rishis. And one Rishi came and said something, the second one came and put something on the top of it, third one came and said something beyond it, and likewise 6 different schools were formed called Shad Darshana. And it started with very simple logic. We all can understand that. The first Rishi who came was Charvak. Charvak was a Rishi because he was thinking. Although this philosophy is degraded a lot, mind well, it is considered as a darshana. Darshana means worth studying. So it was a philosophy. So what it says? Deha matra chaitanya vishishtam atma iti prakruta jana loka yatikasya pratipannaha. Now Shankaracharya is trying to say what is the Vishesha Rupa, Vishesha Swarupa of Brahma. Brahma is known as Samanya Swarupa to all through the fact that I exist. Now the study is for Vishesha Rupa. And when this study was undertaken way back couple of 1,000 years, the first Rishi who came out and said that this Sharir itself is Atma. This Sharir is Brahma. There is nothing more than that. Why? He says because that is what you see. When it is dead, it is gone. So Brahma is nothing else but the body. Deha matra chaitanya vishishtam Atma iti prakruta janaha. Prakruta means unrefined people. Acharya is using the word unrefined people, and lokayati kasya. Lokayat is the philosophy. Lokayat is the philosophy of Charvak. Lokayat, lokyate, bhunjate iti lokaha. That which is experienceable is only true, otherwise everything is untrue. You eat, you feel good. You enjoy, you feel good. That is what the reality is. There is nothing beyond it. There is no Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, Anandamaya Kosha, nothing. Only the body. And after you are dead, there is nothing. There is no Paraloka, there is no Swarga, there is no Punarjanma, nothing. Simple philosophy of you and your body and your number of years on this earth. That's all. There is nothing more than that. And that is what Brahma is. Runam krutva grutam pibet. Enjoy the life. Whatever you feel you do, that is not a problem as long as you are able to enjoy. Don't do bad things. Why? Because they give pain. That's why you don't do it. Because your aim is to be happy. So do anything what can make you happy. And enjoy the life and die. That's all. Because Brahman is nothing else but this body. Everybody has been given a body, and his or her body, or that particular body that the Jiva has, is the Brahma. That means Sharir with Chaitanya Guna. That means life body is Atma or Brahma. This is who says? Charvak. See the development of thought now. The first thought developed came only up to the body. That is the first darshan. And that is why he says, I don't respect Vedas. So it's a Nastik darshan. He doesn't believe in Vedas. Then some Rishis started thinking that this man, what he's saying may not be right. Further thinking started, and they said, look, ultimately we are able to interact with this world through what? Through the Indriyas. If eyes are not there, what will you see? If ears are not there, what will you hear? That means more than the body, Indriyas are more important. Indriyanyeva chetanani atma iti apare. The second set of Rishis started telling that Indriya is the Atma or Brahma, not the whole body. Then some Rishis came forward and said that, hold on. The other day I was watching something. Actually, my eyes were on that particular object and I didn't realize. Why? Because my mind was not there. There was a tiger in the jungle I saw, and I didn't realize that the tiger was sitting there. And I was surprised because I was actually seeing the tiger, but it didn't come to me immediately. It took some time. Why? My mind was not into it. So those Rishis started telling that, hold on, Sharira is not Atma, Indriya is not Atma, Mana is Atma, mind is the Brahma. Mana iti apare anye. See how Acharya in one sentence is trying to go towards the darshanas. Then further thinking started. These further thinkers were the Buddhist people. Buddhist people started thinking, what can be Brahma or Atma? Sharira it can't be. Indriya it can't be. Man also it can't be. Then what is Atma? Is it Buddhi? They said yes. That which ultimately determines everything has to be the ultimate enlightener. So it must be Buddhi. But the problem is, this Buddhi doesn't hold everything at all the times. Just now I saw a tiger. That moment only I am aware of the tiger. Very next moment tiger is gone, I am aware of the tree. Very next moment the tree is gone, I am aware of the wind. Very next moment the wind is gone, I am aware of the water. That means there is a constant shifting of awareness in our life. See how much logical it is. Think about it. Everything that we do is transitory. Everything. I saw this. Before you say I saw, something else is there. There is a constant shifting of the frames of photo in front of you. Before you could say one thing, second thing has come. Even those things which you feel are steady or not steady. And they gave the example of a flame of a lamp. The Deepa Jyoti looks very steady, but every moment, first Jyoti is going and the second Jyoti is coming, second flame is coming. What it means is there is a constant shifting of things in front of you. This constant shifting is of the Kshanika Vijnana. Kshanika, ultra movement. Vijnana, knowledge. You are aware of something, it's gone. You are aware of second thing, it's gone. You are aware of third thing, it's gone. It's like a queue of different experiences going one after the other. You have this card game where you put all the cards and then you just give a stroke to it and it starts falling one by one. That is the way the experiences in the world, they keep falling one after the other. So that moment when you are aware of a thing at a time, you are not aware of that thing when it is B at B time. So A, B, C, D, it's continuously shifting. So they say, the moment when you are aware of a particular thing, that is Brahma. Atma is nothing else but the point of enlightenment for a microscopic second when a particular thing you become aware of. And that they call Vijnana. So those are called Vijnanavadi Buddhist. So according to them, Atma is nothing else but momentary awareness coming through the Kshanika Vijnana. See the now development. We started from the body, then came to Indriya, then came to Mana, then came to now Vijnana. Further development is another branch of Buddhism called Madhyamika. These Rishis started thinking that agreed, A is there, then B is there, but ultimately, what is permanent? I am aware of A at the moment called A, and it's gone, then the B comes. I am aware of the B at the moment B, C at the moment C. But if all this is just fleeting, what is certain? there is no certainty. The experience has no certainty of any kind. Then uncertain is the only certain. Uncertain is the only certainty. And that uncertain is called shunya by Madhyamika. That means nothing in this world is ever permanent. What we have learned is Brahma is ever permanent. Madhyamika says there is nothing ever permanent, and nothingness is the only permanent thing. Nothingness is called void, is called shunya. Perfectly logical. There is nothing illogical in this. There are flaws, but it's not illogical. It's a development of thought. Starting from body to indriya, indriya to mana, mana to vijnana, vijnana to shunya. So Acharya said, and Acharya is giving this in the Bhashyam with only one line. Indriyanye va chetanani atma iti apare. Some say that it is indriya, mana iti anye. Second sentence, vijnana matra kshanika iti eke. This is only one statement. Shunyam iti apare, one statement. All the darshanas he's taking in one sweep. Then comes the further development, which is called a Nyaya Shastra. So first, all Nastik darshanas are covered. Now we are going towards Astik darshana. Astik means those who have Veda Pramanya. Those who consider Vedas as the Pramana, they are called Astik. Astik doesn't mean those who believe in God. That's a misapprehension, a misunderstanding between the masses. He is Astik, so he believes in God. No, Astik means believing in Vedas. So first, Astik darshan is further development of this thought, and that is from Nyaya Shastra. What is that? Asti dehadi vyatiriktaha sansari karta bhokta iti apare. Acharya is not using the word Nyaya Shastra, Sankhya Shastra, Charvak. He just apare, others. He's just saying others, but he's pointing at Nyaya Shastra and Purva Mimamsa. What do they say? Asti dehadi vyatirikta sansari karta bhokta iti apare. Now, in Nyaya Shastra, the concept of Atma is quite different. Nyaya Shastra people say that there are 21 dukkhas in this world. There are 21 types of dukkha in this world. And all you need to do is destroy the 21 and your job is done. That is moksha. What are those 21 dukkhas? Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Jnanendriya, and one mind. So there are Shashta Indriyas, 6 Indriyas. Panchendriya plus 1 is 6 Indriya. Each Indriya has one Vishaya. Sight is the Vishaya of eye. Sound is the Vishaya of ear. So that means there are individually one Vishaya. So 6 Indriyas, 6 Vishaya, and only Indriya and Vishaya is not important. They have to come together to give Jnana. That means there are 6 types of Jnana. Jnana through sight. This is a beautiful tree, is a Jnana. So 6 Indriyas, 6 Vishayas, 6 Jnanas, and Sharira, Sukha and Dukkha, 3 more. Total 21 Dukkhas. If any one of these you have, you will have Dukkha. You have Sharira, you will have Dukkha. You have Indriya, you will have Dukkha. You have Vishaya, you will have Dukkha. You have Indriya, Vishaya, Sanyoga giving to the Jnana, you will have Dukkha. You have Dukkha, that is Dukkha only. You have Sukha in this world, that is also Dukkha. Why? Because Sukha always ends in Dukkha, according to Nyaya Shastra. In Yoga Shastra also we have seen that all yogis consider Sukha as Dukkha. Now this Vinash of this is called Moksha by Nyaya Shastra. Now Nyaya believes that Atma is other than the body, other than the Indriya. So it has the logic, the philosophy has developed to an extent. However, what it says is Atma, Mana, Indriya and Vishaya. That is the arrangement. Whenever Man or any Indriya goes to the Vishaya and gets attached to the Atma, then Jnana develops. That means Atma is like a crystal, lying idle, doing nothing. Only when that comes in contact with the mind, it glows. This glow is called Jnana. That means Atma is not Jnani. See, the Nyaya Shastra, Atma is considered as Jada. It is Nitya, but Jada, not Chaitanya. Atma becomes a Chaitanya Yukta only when it comes in contact with mind. The time when it is not in contact with mind and the Indriyas, it is not Jnani. So what is then moksha in Nyaya Shastra? Moksha means keep the mind and the Indriyas away from the Atma. What will happen because of that? All the 21 dukkhas will not be enlightened. They will be all gone. And then you are having a moksha. And then what happens to Atma? Atma again remains like a jada and remains there only, does nothing. This is the concept of Brahma or Atma of Nyaya Shastra. It sounds very funny to us because we are not used to this concept. But this is a further development or vikas in the concept of. That is why Nayayik or Nyaya Shastra says Atma is small or big depending upon the place where he is sitting. First of all, they believe there are multiple Atmas. Elephant has a bigger Atma. Man has smaller Atma. That is the concept of Nyaya Shastra. It is wrong, it is defeated, that is different thing. We are not getting into the darshanas and darshanas study. That's a different study altogether. Nyaya is, and another important aspect is each of these rishis, when they propounded their darshana, each darshana has flaws, but each darshana in the darshana itself has given some gift to the next darshana. Nyaya has given the epistemology or the Pramana Shastra is wonderfully developed, and Tarka, logic, is the gift of Nyaya Shastra. There may be flaws in the concept of Atma as far as Nyaya Shastra is concerned, but each Shastra has given something or the other. Sankhya has given the structure of the universe. No Shastra has described so better as Sankhya. Purva Mimamsa has described karma and karma phala siddhanta in the best possible manner. All the types of karmas, nitya, naimittika, kamya, all that is the gift of. So each Shastra is lacking in something but has given something. Paripurnata of all the Shastra happens at the last stage of development, which is Vedanta or Uttar Mimamsa. So after the Nyaya Shastra, Purva Mimamsa came. And Purva Mimamsa said, look, Atma cannot be ajad and all that. Purva Mimamsa said, Ishwar itself is Atma. In Purva Mimamsa concept, entire Purva Mimamsa doesn't have, none of the sutras of Jaimini has Atma as a word written anywhere. Purva Mimamsa says, Ishwar is Atma. So their concept is everyone behaves differently because there are multiple souls. The nature of the soul is same everywhere. Only thing is this dimension of the soul varies person to person. That is Purva Mimamsa. So Nyaya and Purva Mimamsa, they feel Atma is Bhokta and Karta. Acharya further says, some Shastras, Atma is referred as Bhokta eva kevalam na karta iti eke. Atma is only bhokta, not karta. In Nyaya and Purva Mimamsa, Atma is bhokta and karta. In Sankhya Shastra, it is only bhokta, not karta. Why? Because we have seen Sankhya philosophy, Prakruti and Purusha are different. Purusha is extremely neutral. Prakruti comes into existence by her own. Prakruti is a Jagat Karan by her own, and she creates through three gunas the Prakruti. And whatever she does through three gunas and then mind and antakaran and sattva guna, malina shuddha sattva guna, malina sattva guna, etc., all that she creates for the bhog of Purusha. Whenever there is a Vishaya Rupa Parinam of the Prakriti, the Purush is given a bhog. And whenever there is a Viveka Rupa Parinam, it is called moksha. In Sankhya Tattvajnan, this is the concept of Atma is Purush. Brahma, what is Brahma in Sankhya? Purush. But that Purush is Bhokta. In Advaita Vedanta, na Bhokta, na Karta, that is Brahma. In Sankhya, na Karta, but Bhokta. In Nyaya and Purva Mimamsa, Karta and Bhokta. See how one by one the layers are getting transcended. Then comes the Yoga Mata. Yoga Mata differs from Sankhya Mata because Yoga says Ishvara is Atma. Asti tad vyatirikt Ishvaraha sarvajnaha sarvashaktihi iti kechit. This is the only line given by Shankaracharya in the Bhashyam, which means he is hinting at Yoga Mata. Sarvajna sarvashaktiman Ishvara is Atma. He is Bhog Vyatirikta, Karta Vyatirikta. That means no Kartrutva, no Bhoktrutva, Ishvara. See now what is happening? Brahma was considered initially as Sharira, then Indriya, then Mana, then Vijnana, then Shunya, then he was Karta and Bhokta, then he was only Bhokta. Now in Yoga Shastra, it is no Karta, no Bhokta. See the development of the thoughts. Ishvara is Purna Purusha. The only problem with Yoga and Sankhya is they thought Purushas are multiple. Evam bahavo vipratipanna yukti vakya tad abhasa samashraya santaha. This is how vipratipanna. Vipra means intelligent. Intelligent rishis and munis, this is how developed the thought about the Brahma over the period of time. Why did they develop this thought? To know the Vishesha Rupa of Brahman. Samanya Rup, everybody knows. I exist is the Samanya Rup. If I exist is the Samanya Rup, in Vishesha Rup, I want to know it. To know Vishesha Rup is the Brahma Jidnyasa. And people and the Rishis have tried earlier to explain what is the Vishesha Rup, which is nothing else but the development of thought of philosophy coming from Charvaka Maharaj, which are basically Nastika Darshana. Charvaka Buddhism, Jainism are the Nastika Darshan. From there it came to Astika Darshana, meaning believing in Vedas, but interpreting the Atma in a different way. So overall, the progress of development of Vishesha Rup of Brahma or Atma is Brahma is Sharira, Brahma is Indriya, Brahma is Mana, Brahma is Vijnana, Brahma is Shunya, Brahma is Karta Bhokta, Brahma is only Bhokta, Brahma is no Karta, no Bhokta. And then came Uttara Mimamsa, which we are studying. Acharya says these are all opinions of intelligent rishis. Evam bahavo vipratipanna yukti vakya tad abhasam ashrayaha santaha. This is how the intelligent argumenters have utilized true and apparently true tarka to put forth their view, satya and abhasa. Tatra avicharya yat kinchit pratipadyamano nishreyasa prapti hanyat anyatha cheyat. So he says, there is anyone, if there is anyone who admits, thinking, accepts whatever is put forth, then there is likelihood of mokshana. So be careful. Study all the opinions, but don't accept it immediately. Avicharya, without thinking. If you feel, oh, Nyaya Shastra is correct, you might be having moksha hanyata. You may not get moksha. Tasmat Brahma Jidnyasa Upanyasa Mukhena Vedanta Vakya Mimamsa Tad Avirodhi Tarka Upakarana Nishreyasa Prayojana Prastuyate. Now Acharya says, therefore, starting with the presentation of deliberation on the Brahma, here I commence Vedanta Vakya Mimamsa with the help of Tark, that is reasoning or logic, which is not applied to Upanishad itself, with sole purpose of emancipation or Nishreyasa. So Acharya says, because there are so many views about the nature of the Brahman, the Vishesha Rupa of Astitva or the Brahma, I am starting now commenting upon what is written, given by the Vyasa as Brahma Sutra. I am writing this commentary taking into account the Upanishads without making any contradictory statement against the Upanishads, at the same time solving all these various opinions that we just discussed in order to know the real nature of Brahma. This is where Atha Ataha Brahma Jidnyasa, first sutra of first adhikarana of first adhyaya ends. Now this is Athato Brahma Jidnyasa. Now the next thing will start. The nature of Brahma now is going to be elaborated. He has hinted that there are Shad Darshanas, there are different opinions, Buddhism. In a glimpse he has given, because he is going to thrash them threadbare down the line as we go ahead, so that we get precisely what is the nature of reality or Brahma, which is required for the moksha or the Nishreyasa Siddhi. Hari Om. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnam Udachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Hari Om. Thank you, Sanjay ji. We'll wait for some questions.
Hari Om, Sanjay ji, Rajendra here. The first sutra, Adhato Brahma Jitnyasa, Adha Adaha Brahma Jitnyasa. Therefore, we will seek Brahma, or we will have Jitnyasa about Brahma. Adaha, that first sutra, first word. Elsewhere I heard that having done so many things, like so many acharas, upacharas and yajnas, yagas and all, still the Brahma is not attained. Only the Sorga Prapti is attained. Traividya Mam Soma Puda Babaha Yajnairushta, Bhagavad Gita says in 9th chapter. Sorgadim Prarthayande Te Punyamasadya Surendra Logam Mashnandi Divyan Divi Deva Bhogan Te Tam Bhuktva Sorga Logam Vishalam Shine Punye Martya Logam Vishanti Evam Trayi Dharma Manu Prapanna Gadagadam Kama Labande. So This way, going and coming and going and coming without realizing, only Sorga Prapti is there, nothing else. It is something like contesting in a election after 5 years again, you have to contest to be the member. So our rishis thought that is there anything else beyond this? So that is why they are asking adaha, therefore. Brahmajya. So we will go that. That is a part of Veda. So that is my one question, first question. The second question is, we have many Shad Darshanas. All these are dwelling on the intellect level only. Whatever is it, let us learn everything. There is nothing wrong. I accept that idea. We have to understand, we have to learn whatever is possible in this life. There is nothing wrong. But whatever we learn remains only at our intelligence level, intellect level. It never enters into the experience. So unless we have an experience, we cannot confirm anything. Till then, we have to go for upasana. This is my second question. I mean, I am asking the opinion about this view. So these are two things.
Hariyo, the vikas of darshana is nothing else but the development of a thought process. And during the development of a thought process, each shastra contributed into the propagation of further level of thinking. The planes kept on changing, but while changing, it also laid the foundation for further thoughts. For example, Nyaya Shastra laid the foundation of Pramana Shastra or epistemology. Sankhya Shastra has put forward a tremendously accurate view of the world and its creation. No other Shastra has discussed that into those many details, has made practical inputs out of it through yoga. Yoga Shastra emphasized on the philosophical part of Sankhya and converted into an active, practical, implementable science. Purva Mimamsa emphasized so much on the Karma Kanda, but that itself laid the foundation for the Chitta Shuddhi. Now, Swarga Sukham, which happens to be the ultimate destination for Purva Mimamsa Rushi, though it is talking about an impermanent stop, it is like already reaching 12th standard, which qualifies you to go for graduation. So transcending Swarga and going beyond into the nature of Brahman is possible only when the Karma Kanda is properly understood and used for Chitta Shuddhi. You become eligible for Swarga Sukham itself means your consciousness, your level of intelligence has already widened. When it comes to the darshanas are basically laying foundation with each other. Now, why we study this? We study, in fact, if all the engineering and medical is studied without operating on anybody, why do we study it? Unless we implement, it is of no use, correct? But to require to know implemented. The Shastra Krupa is only for knowing the Paroksha Jnana. Without Paroksha Jnana, you cannot have a Paroksha Jnana. You must know what are the qualities of diamond. Then you will see a diamond and say, oh, wow, this is diamond. So you have to study the qualities of glass, crystal, diamond, distinguish between them so that mentally you prepare for the apprehension of that quality of knowledge. What it does is it indicates ability to do vichar. Vicharyata is developed by study. So what we are talking of Shravanam, Mananam, what is Mananam? Is Mananam experiencing the thing? Mananam is contemplating. Contemplating means you are still thinking. There is no anubhav. After anubhav, why will you do mananam? So study of Shastras is definitely a part of essential thing for the Paroksha Jnana, so that the road is laid for the Aparoksha Anubhuti. So that is the significance of studying all this. And practicality, when you go into supposing that you are in your 5th standard and you are taken for a tour of a college where PhD students are sitting, what happens is you are yet to do PhD because you are in 5th standard, but you come to know their intellect, their vastness. You get amazed by college, university, and then you make a drudha nishchaya that I shall complete my 5th standard efficiently so that earliest possible I will reach in the university. This is what happens when you study Brahma Sutra. We are used to practical hints. Don't lie. Do dhanam, keep helping others. Action is what we are always oriented at. Mimamsa is entirely actionless, only thoughts. This is vichararya sadhana, not karma sadhana. Of course, this is also called karma, but this is not involving the karmendriyas. This is only mind, not even the other indriyas. So the study of Brahma Sutra is to first lay foundation in a right manner for further thinking or mananam. One, you must know what you are thinking. You must know what Brahma is thought about. Then only you can think in a proper way. Your sadhana will get a foundation, strong foundation, if we have the Shastra Krupa. So we are trying to have a Shastra Krupa by studying Brahma Sutra. Hari Om.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Sanjay.
Hari Om. Any more questions?
Hari Om, Dr. Sanjay. As you mentioned about the charvak, and it was like more related on like emphasizing on body. And as per my understanding, there is a definition that like asushi ramanti iti asuraha. And there was a story in Chandogya Upanishad also about the Virechana and Indra. So how we can, distinguish that and give that importance as like the charvak thing?
See, the thing is, the very fact that you are in the ancient times, you are indulging into anything that you wanted because it was thought that there is total freedom. So there was no vivaha samstha, there was no rules laid down. Anybody used to go and have war with anyone, tribals. Then they would have anybody's woman with this thing. They thought this is what all the life is about. This was the kind of life that was existing during the development of humanity at that point of time. Then some of them, because of their thought process, started thinking that what is that which is missing in us? Are we supposed to do this only? Is there something more? Even in our daily life, we do certain things and then we start asking a question when you reach 50, was it worth it what I did? All this, my children, my wife, everything I did, is it really worth it? They are on their own, they are gone. Everybody starts feeling lonely. So that is how the thought process started. And in that thought process, one of the earliest thinkers, led by Charvak Maharaj, was trying to see that, let me see, what is it all about? Let me put the things in order to give a philosophical aspect to it. So his first philosophical aspect, naturally, which is even today, there are a lot of Charvaks everywhere. In fact, there are more Charvaks than those times. Why? They feel that what is marketing and management? It's a Charvak philosophy. How to sell more, how to make more money, how to entice a customer, how you make more money, and then just be happy when your reserves are more. This is all Charvakian philosophy. How to make others happy, how to look after others, how that you suffer but you help others is not Charvak philosophy. But Charvak philosophy also works there because he says, if by working for others it's going to give you pleasure, please do it. Because at the end, what you want to have is ananda, sukha. Whatever makes you feel sukha, you do it. Because Chaitanya Yukta Sharir is Atma. And having happiness is the ultimate aim. Happiness can be had only till the time Sharira is there. After that, there is nothing. There is no further birth, no reincarnation, no Swarga, nothing. Whatever is there is on earth till the time you are alive, till the time you have the body. Now, if some people feel that I feel very nice by Vishaya Sukha, go ahead with it. If I feel very nice by doing Tapam Jnanam, go ahead with it. As long as you are able to take happiness out of it. This particular tendency, which continuously is harbored in the heart because of the continuous samskaras of each birth, is what is pointed out in Chandogya Upanishad through Virochana. Virochana, because Vishesha Ruchihi, see, Visheshatva Ruchi, he was Rata, he was Ruchi in Vishaya Sukha. That is why till the time Virochana was trying to see that what can be done to gratify myself, and he thought he will get Brahmadnanam, it will never be. In other words, gratification of senses and the mind, which apparently appears to be the way in this world, is not the way to go to Brahma, rather it is other way around. By aparigraha, vairagya is the way to go about it. This is emphasized in Chandogya Upanishad. The story of Virochana is also the trace of nobody else but the Charvak only. So that is the first stage of development of philosophical thought towards why we are here. Hari Om.